How's it going, everybody? So, for the past 2 days, I've been working on a very large project. It's not terribly hard to do, but it took a couple of days. I have been expanding the chicken and duck area. That was where the chickens used to be. They still like to hang out in there. And over there is where the ducks used to be. I've turned it into one very large pen. I have almost quadrupled the amount of space that the chickens and ducks get to roam in. And they're starting to explore now. Took a couple of hours for the ducks to leave their little dirt path. They didn't want to go. They still thought that there was a fence there. But they're starting to explore. And there's quite a bit of cleanup left to do in the area. But I think after about a week of the chickens and the ducks grazing this down, it won't be nearly as bad. It'll be easier to find all of the stuff that's sitting underneath the grass. Be easier to go pick up all the sticks. And we'll go through, cut down a few of the dead, dying, or sickly trees. Like that one right there, got the split top. And we'll be able to cut down this dead oak. That'll be firewood for this winter, because it's been dead and standing for a couple of years, but it was too close to the fence. You can see the distinct line of where the fence was. It's too close to the fence to drop it because it would have crushed portions of the fence. And I still left this area up because my plan for this area is it's going to be a nursery for little chickens and little ducks. It's got the heat lamp set up in it. It's got a waterer. I'd have to get another feeder for it, or steal the little one from the ducks. But the goal here is to be relatively self-sufficient on chicken and duck, and have enough meat for myself and brothers, sisters, and dad and my stepmom. But see how long I've had to go just to get to a fence line now. Fence is 6 foot tall, kind of. There's a couple areas that are bent over from deer trying to jump over. But, there's plenty of space for them to graze. I'm gonna start running a sprinkler in here to keep it nice and green for them. There's a very distinct line from where the ducks were. Used to be a chicken pen too, but we separated the ducks and the chickens a while back. And now the pekin, that guy, has girlfriends of his own, so he doesn't have to try to spend time with the chickens. Hopefully he doesn't see his old girlfriend and get a twinkle in his eye, because she's finally starting to get the feathers on her neck back. But they have 4 times their original area. Well, if you add in the chicken area, it's probably about 3 times their original area. But they've got plenty of forage, plenty of bugs to go eat, plenty of lizards to chase down. And doing all of this will cut down on how much we have to spend on feeding them. There's very obviously a lot of work that still needs to be done. We need to fix up the duck pen or the duck coop before winter, because that needs some help. It's definitely not looking good as new. And hopefully the chickens and the ducks don't eat too much of the chives that are planted over here, because highly flavored things like onions and chives and garlic and all of that does affect the flavor of the eggs. And I don't know about you, but I like eating chicken eggs. Duck eggs are okay. But, this was an herb garden, and we're thinking about transplanting that here soon. It's got chives, thyme, sage. There was some oregano, but that didn't make it. Chives have taken over. And hopefully they don't eat back the elderberry bush, because elderberries make good tea. There's Pyro looking at the chickens. I've had to scare him off a couple of times because we don't want the cats getting the chickens. But plenty of forage for them. It's been a lot of effort to get all of these posts pounded in and all of them tied on. For these 8-foot posts, that wasn't enough. I'm 6'2" and I'm not tall enough to effectively pound in a post with that post pounder. But the previous owner left us this one. That one is incredibly heavy, and it does a very good job of pounding 8-foot posts. So that's what I've been working on for the past 2 days. But it seems like the chickens and the ducks are much happier with their roam. Oh, one thing I forgot to show you when I did it is I separated the baby rabbits from the parents, from their moms. And lucky for me, I had one gender for the entire batch. All of these rabbits are all the babies, and they're all female. And we threw in some stuff from the garden, just some leftover weeds. They seem to enjoy that every once in a while. And yeah, I know they're all cute, but rabbits are also one of the best feed to meat ratio animals out there. So every single one of these girls is going to end up on a plate. And give them a couple more weeks to fatten up and grow up a little bit more. But with 14 rabbits in this pen, I put 2 feeders on there, and they empty these pretty quick. I just went and refilled those, and they go through 2 whole bottles of water twice a day. I'll have to top them off before bed, because rabbits are mostly nocturnal. They like to bounce around and make a mess and do their thing mostly at night. And in here, this door's a little squirrely to operate, especially one-handed. We got some of the chicks and the moms. I've gone through and rebred the mom in the middle, and I'm fairly certain that she is pregnant because she's going through water and food considerably faster than she was. Coming here soon, I'm going to rebreed the ones on either end, and they each have a male that they go to. That one there goes to him, and her goes to the guy in the corner. But and we've got chickens. I'm using the top of the chicken nest boxes as a place to store a little bit of water, so it's easier to fill up the water bottles of the rabbits, and the rabbit food. Chickens don't seem to have a want to go up there. She's coming down to say hi. Fairly certain that's a female. I have no idea which breed that is. That's one of my dad's chickens, because all of the black ones are mine. They're all Jersey Giants, every single one of them. Alright, that's what I've been working on. Y'all have fun. Bye.